Hello, greetings everyone, and welcome to another edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. And thanks for joining us.
I always forget you're going to say that.
Take two
and Daniel Pineda here.
Here we go with another rendition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News for this Thursday. If you're watching us on Thursday night, somewhere around the 23rd of April, our pre-Memorial Day show. Thanks for joining us. And with the usual lineup of goodies here, we have for you News and Community Bulletin Board. Adele is on assignment again this week, and hopefully she'll be back with us again next week for another rendition, an installment of her, should we do it?
It's easy being green.
Okay, we had to do it in honor of your assignment there, Adele. Let me see, and then a roll-in, before we get to CBB, a roll-in, Ann Zeleny. For some of those who may remember Ann Zeleny from the good old days, and the Greenwood Song, our CBB Community Bulletin Board file. Denise is here with her thoughts on Spunk, seniors, News for Seniors segment, and then a double whammy, a double dip, a double-barreled fun of roll-ins. Our styrofoam mom, Miriam Gennari, talking about recycling. That's her thing, styrofoam mom. And then Jorge Serafin, our one and only superstar from Studio B, and an original song that he's going to be playing for us. So stick around, stay tuned for that. That's all coming your way on this edition of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. However, before we begin,
that's right, Craig.
Social media time here.
You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Also, facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News, and also on the radio.
Also on the radio, 96.7 WERA, 96.7 LPFM. Check us out. You'll find us on there as well. Here we go. First of our news items. Well, on Monday, May 20th, a fire broke out in a townhouse in the 1500 block of North Colonial Terrace in Roslyn. A neighbor had called 911, describing the fire as flames, and we're quoting now, flames coming out of a French window. Well, firefighters extinguished the flames by about 1:10 in the afternoon. The fire was reportedly confined to an exterior wall on the 3rd floor. No one was at home at the time of the fire, and no injuries were reported. So that's good news. Daniel.
Well, Craig, on to our next story for tonight. The Arlington County Board has approved new zoning regulations that will allow homeowners to build detached accessory dwelling units in their backyard without seeking county permission. There are still a few requirements. It must be a one-family property, and the new structure must be at least 5 feet away from the property lines. Previously, opponents had suggested that the added units and their associated sewer lines and footage would damage the county's tree canopy. Former board member John Feistat said that the measure was part of a bigger mismanagement of density and natural resources. Mr. Feistat added, "We must do better with managing our growth."
Look out, granny pods are coming. Here we go. Also on our news items, well, runners and riders along the W&OD, Washington Old Dominion Bike Trail, have sometimes been confused by a point at which the trail seems to disappear. The gap is located near the boundary stone at the old Arlington Falls Church border. The trail splits in two, with one branch ending on 19th Street North and the other ending at North Van Buren Street. The trail then resumes a couple of blocks away as it proceeds west along I-66. Some cyclists have expressed concerns over the need to compete with car traffic on the road between the trail sections. Online commenters have offered some facetious solutions, including a 2-block gondola and a pneumatic tube. So stay tuned. More on that as it becomes available. Daniel.
Well, Craig, the early bird deadline for registration has passed, but there's still time to get a regular advance registration for this year's Walk for the Animals. The $40 advance registration fee includes a walk registration and a t-shirt, and is still a $5 savings over same-day registration. The event is sponsored by the Animal Welfare League of Arlington, and it's coming up. That's on Saturday, June the 8th from 5 to 9 p.m. starting at 2650 South Arlington Mill Drive. Children between the ages of 7 and 17 can walk for just $10, and kids under 7 can walk for free.
All right, Daniel, and although Adele's Easy Being Green segment won't be seen this week, we have a musical performance that carries on the same spirit, and the title of this is somewhat in that zone, in that mode, called Greenwood. And here is Ann Zeleny to sing the Greenwood Song. Check it out.
The time is coming for us to rise. The time is coming for green to come
Very nice. Ann Zeleny, for those of you who may remember Ann.
Amazing.
And
Very
the
good.
Greenwood Song from, what, 1979, is that right?
So beautiful and elegant.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go as promised. Now moving right along our CBB Community Bulletin Board file, and here we go. First item. Well, here's a family-friendly event for bird lovers ages 6 and older. Learn the basics of bird watching, including identifying types of birds using binoculars and reading from a field guide. Afterwards, you can take a trip through the park and practice spotting some fine feathered friends of your own. That's all taking place on Sunday, June 2nd from 8 to 9 in the morning at Long Branch Nature Center at Glen Carlin Park. They're located at 625 South Carlin Springs Road. This event, take 2 or 3, is FREE free, but registration is required, so give them a call or go online. You can call them at this number, 703-228-4747. Daniel.
Well, Craig, ever see a label that says kills 99% of germs and bacteria? Well, the remaining 1% are what's known as, well, superbugs, which are bacteria that have a resistance to medicine. Best-selling author Matt McCarthy, author of Superbugs, The Race to Stop an Epidemic, will be discussing the history of the antibiotics and vaccines, why superbugs develop, and solutions to the problems, well, that they present. This is taking place on Saturday, June the 1st from 3 to 5 p.m. in the Barbara M. Donnellan Auditorium. That's at the Central Library, located at 1015 North Quincy Street.
Super bombs to kill those
Super bugs.
don't they? All right, also in CBB, well, mental health is an important issue that is often overlooked. Representatives from a variety of health institutions will be holding a panel where they will discuss mental health issues, including prevention, treatment, recovery, and a lot more. Learn how to handle situations involving mental health and expand your understanding of the conditions. This is coming up on Thursday, May 30th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Barbara M. Donnellan Auditorium in the Central Library. They're located at 1015 North Quincy Street. Attendance on a first-come, first-served basis, so get there a little early. Daniel.
Well, Greg, preschoolers ages 3 to 5 who are interested in animals will love this next event. Our oceans are home to many interesting mammals. Some are large, some are small, some live in warm water, and some prefer, well, it to be very chilly. Come down and learn about our planet's fascinating marine life. That's taking place on Tuesday, June the 4th from 4 to 5 p.m. at the Gulf Branch Nature Center and Park, located at 3608 Military Road. This event is free. Well, but registration is required. To register, make sure you go online or give them a call at 703-228-5993. And as always, we want to thank our own Jordan Kuharski for this week's CBB Stories. Thank you so much, Jordan.
All right, thanks, Jordan. And don't go away. News for Seniors is coming your way right after we hear from Denise and her thoughts on Spunk. Here's Denise.
Spunk, now playing in Signature Theater's Arc, dramatizes 3 short stories of Zora Neale Hurston, as adapted by George C. Wolfe. They are all set in the early 1900s. In the first, Sweat, a hard-working washerwoman is trapped in an abusive marriage with a man who resents her bringing white folks' wash into their home. It is a home paid for by her efforts, although he seems to think it belongs solely to him. When he has an affair with another woman and hopes to scare his wife away, he brings a caged rattlesnake into the home with disastrous results. The second tale, Story in Harlem Slang, focuses on a girl who encounters a couple of pimps on the street and has to scream to evade them. In Harlem Slang, pimp has a different meaning. It's basically a male prostitute willing to sell himself for a meal or whatever else he could get from a woman. The third tale, The Gilded Six Bits, portrays a young, naive married couple whose marriage is almost derailed when the young woman has an affair with a glitzy businessman, hoping to procure one of his coins for her husband. It has an encouraging ending when the young pair welcome a baby, and with his mother's help, are able to get their marriage back on track. 4 actors, Inez Nassara, Kenyatta Rogers, Marty Austin Lamar, and Drew Drake, portray the characters in each tale. They are joined by Jonathan Mosley Parry as the guitar man and Iona Blake as blues speakwoman, who sings the blues as the music accompanies the dramatic action and occasionally steps into a scene and serves as the 5th actor. Timothy Douglas directs. With the play's very spare set and few props, Douglas focuses on the rich dialogue of Hurston to fill the space. Hurston was one of the voices of the Harlem Renaissance and often set her stories and novels in Harlem or the rural South. She is known for her use of authentic Black vernacular and dialect. The themes of these stories include poverty, adultery, and abusive relationships. Spunk is actually the title of another of her short stories, but it also describes the plucky determination needed by these characters to rise above the dire consequences they face. Spunk continues at Signature Theater through June 23rd. You'll become engrossed with the tales and mesmerized by the musicians and actors on stage. I'm Denise Pringle. Now back to the news desk.
All right, thanks, Denise.
Yeah,
Thoughts
Denise.
on Spunk down at Signature. Check it out.
She loved it.
We appreciate it. She liked it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, she liked it. All right, here we go now as promised. News for Seniors segment. News for Seniors glasses
Get
in
those
place.
glasses on.
I can almost see anything now. Well, I can see forever. Item number 1, senior centers will be closed on Monday, May 27th in observance of Memorial Day. All programs will resume Tuesday, May 28th. And also in News for Seniors, Rockland's Barbecue is hosting a fundraiser for the Alliance for Arlington Senior Programs. 15% of Rockland's profits will be donated to AASP, which supports Arlington County's 55-plus programs. This fundraiser is taking place on Tuesday, June 4, from 11 till 9:30, 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. all day long at Rockland's. They're located at 3741 Washington Boulevard, right across from the Giant on Washington Boulevard, and that's where they're at. So stop down at Rockland's and check it out. Daniel.
They have great barbecue over there.
They do have
beautiful
excellent
steaks over there
barbecue.
and ribs. Well, Craig, what do the following activities all have in common? Croquet, badminton, bocce, billiards, Scrabble, table tennis, pickleball, mahjong, cribbage, Mexican train dominoes, canasta, Sudoku, and duplicate bridge. Well, do you give up? They are all events in the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics, and they're all offered at the Walter Reed Community and Senior Center. That's located at 2909 16th Street South. For more information, give them a call at 703-228-0955.
You missed one.
Do you give up? Did you give up?
I give up. Okay, also in News for Seniors, seniors can get their hearing checked for free, FRWE free, by the Northern Virginia Resource Center for Deaf and Hard of Hearing Persons. It's the area's leading nonprofit for people who have hearing loss. The center can also help you with various hearing assistive technology. This event is coming up Thursday, June 6, between 10 and 2 at Walter Reed Community and Senior Center, located at 2909 16th Street South. To schedule an appointment, give them a call at this number, 703-228-0955. Daniel.
Well, right on to our last senior story for tonight. Join Lindsay Vashpai, Director of Education and Outreach from Insight Memory Care Center, to discuss brain-related changes in memory and learning as people age. She will also describe healthy practices to keep your brain sharp. Seniors will learn what to expect as they age, what's normal, and when to seek medical attention. This program will take place on Monday, June the 3rd at 11 a.m. at the Langston Brown Community and Senior Center. That's located at 2121 North Culpeper Street. To register, give them a call at 703-228-6300. And as always, Craig, we want to thank our own Judy Masomny.
Thanks, Judy.
For her dedication and contributing for our senior stories this night and every night.
You bet. Thanks, Judy. We appreciate it. All right, we'll be back with bye-bye, sign-off and bye-bye right after we hear another installment of our Styrofoam mom, Miriam Gennari, and her Sustainable Scoop, and also some music from Jorge Serafin.
Jorge.
Check it out.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I wanted to report on the state of recycling in Arlington, Virginia. I'll start with the question on many people's mind: why is glass no longer recyclable? I just have to say, glass is indeed recyclable, even in Arlington, but it may be on a very small scale for now. The reason Arlington's recycling hauler is no longer considering this 100% recyclable material as a cost-effective endeavor for recycling, because we've killed pure glass recycling markets in this country with the single stream system. It's easy to recycle glass if it's sorted, not smashed, which is what happens when we toss it into the blue bin with everything else we hope to recycle. For many of us who supported EcoAction's Plastic-Free Challenge last year, it is especially frustrating as the organization was steering the community towards non-plastic items like glass. This week, I went to the county website to help all the people who were calling me trying to figure out what to do now. And the county identifies plastics as recyclable. But yet we all know number 6 plastic, aka polystyrene, is not being recycled. Or is it? And I was pretty sure that number 6 was not the only plastic on the list of ones that couldn't be recycled. So I contacted the county's waste management department, and here's how it was explained to me. The recycling processing center, where our single stream recycling is sent, is accepting plastics 1 through 7 and selling mixed bundles of plastics, hoping they'll be recycled. I was correct that number 6 plastic generally is not recycled, but the recycling processing facility currently is not requesting that we exclude number 6 plastic. Specifically, those red Solo cups are in for now. Thus, information on the county's website is correct, and plastics 1 through 7 should be placed in the blue cart. If that's a surprise to you, imagine my surprise. The reason Arlington is not recycling glass is because Arlington did not invest in regional recycling. Therefore, glass and many other items like plastics are ultimately being sent to landfill due to the lack of regional markets. Our single stream system, as it turns out, is not all it's cracked up to be. Check online for glass drop-off sites. I'm told some communities here in Arlington are even trying to organize their own neighborhood drop-offs. The glass that you recycle will ultimately ship to Fairfax County, where it will be ground for road aggregate. Of course, no alternative is going to be ideal under the current market circumstances, which underscores the need for a bottle deposit program. Such a program would ensure, at the very least, that glass and plastic beverage containers are collected separately from other recyclables and thus likely to be recycled. If Arlington continues disposing of glass at the curb, the recycling hauler will take it, dump it at the dump. But if you put it in the trash, it will be incinerated and the soot will then be taken to landfill. Seems like an extra trip to me. While DC just launched Sustainability Goals 2.0, it seems Arlington is walking back from shared commitments of zero waste and are going in the wrong direction. We need to develop a circular economy. Government should be guiding businesses educating citizens, and schools, all schools, should be composting. Together, we need to educate ourselves on what investments need to be made to support sustainable resource management.
Jorge.
Jorge!
We got to give him a hand. The Brace brothers here.
Brace brothers. Dun, dun, dun.
That was great. We enjoy Jorge coming and
We love you,
playing
Jorge.
Anytime, come on down here. Whether or not we still have Studio B, we always have room for Jorge and his guitar. And also thanks to Miriam, our Styrofoam mom, and her Sustainable Scoop.
Great job,
talking about
Miriam.
recycling. Got to take the bottles to the recycle places now. You can't put them in the blue carts anymore. What a convenience that is, eh?
Interesting, yeah. Great story by her.
Interesting, to say the least. So we're coming close to wrapping up here. Anything else to add besides wishing everyone a commemorative Memorial Day
weekend.
I guess, yeah, remember the true meaning of Memorial Day.
And the
coming up
last
this
one for the
weekend.
Thunder.
The Thunder?
Yeah, the great.
Oh, that's
the
right, Rolling Thunder.
Thunder.
I said they're going to stop coming and doing that. So no more motorcycles
last
rolling
year
around.
for
I
it,
kind
yeah,
of enjoy
very
that too.
sad.
So who knows? They'll pop up somewhere else. I'm sure they will. And the weather's supposed to be nice this weekend.
A little bit hot in the 90s.
Warmish, yeah, like so. Summer weather is
Summer is
on the
right
way
here.
from
We're feeling it.
Memorial Day. And shout out to Mr. Bill, our cameraman here, back here behind cameras 1, 2, and 3.
All the
helping us out
cameras.
tonight
All the cameras.
in the absence of our regular cameraman, Paul, who's on assignment, I guess. Where did he go? I can't remember. But
Brace
thanks.
brothers.
Hey, Brace brothers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thanks, Bill,
Thank
for
you,
coming.
Bill.
Bill Calder,
We love you,
coming
Bill.
down and helping us out. We appreciate it. And I guess we're about done here, so we should say goodbye. So thanks to all of you out there in TV land for watching us on another installment of Don Hammond's Arlington Weekly News. And next week, if you're out there, we'll be here and we'll try it all again. Have a safe week. Bye-bye.